On this episode, we continue the 30-year investigation of the disappearance of Jeannette Drzewiecki by using information obtained from a report from the Odessa Police Department to build a timeline of her life and her disappearance. Then we hear a book review from Randy Ham, and we visit a local bakery DJ's gate. Jeanette Reeder was born in Germany, July 6, 1963. Her and her father entered the U.S. in 1964. Now in 1979, we know that she ran away with Matthew Drzewiecki, quit school in the 10th grade. Matthew was just out of military. He was from Ohio. He was hitchhiking across the United States and playing in a band, and that's where we find them in 1979. Now, on October 2nd, 1980, Matthew and Jeanette were married. We know that they were in Odessa as of September 21st, 1981, because Jeanette was the victim of an assault by a person by the name of Debbie at Jeanette's home at 523 East 14th Street. Matthew stated that sometime in 1982 that an Alan Mikula was a roommate of the Drzewiecki's, but he left on bad terms. We also know that in 1982, for 4 months, that Jeanette worked at the dollhouse before she became pregnant. At the dollhouse, she is known as Cherry. She's friends with a man named Joe, who was described at the time as a large black man. It comes to find out that Joe was the last name of Davis, Joe Davis. His brother Tony is a known pimp. Husband claims that Joe at the time was in love with Jeanette. Now on May 17, 1982, Matthew was arrested for criminal mischief. On July 23, 1982, he receives 3 years probation. At the same time, Jeanette is friends with a Preston from Big Spring. Preston is described as wealthy and gives and loans money to Jeanette. Now to continue with our timeline, on August 20th, 1982, Richard Sanders checks into the Sand and Sage Motel. Jeanette is reported to have been there at least on 1 occasion. On August 26, 1982, he checks out of the Sand and Sage Motel. Now on September 2nd, 1982, Jeanette gives birth to a daughter at Medical Center Hospital. On September 13th, she leaves the house at 5:30 to go to the dollhouse to seek employment. On September 14th, 1982, her husband Matthew reports her missing. At the time, he reports that she knew Joe, a bartender there, and Linda and Becky, other dancers. Now on September 14th or September 15th, according to reports, the truck is left at the Sahara Motel on East 2nd Street. On September 17th, Richard Sanders is reported to have left Odessa by his brother to return to Dallas, where he is on probation. On September 18th, Matthew brings in a picture of Jeanette to police along with a number of phone numbers, including one for a Billy, a Frank, and Joe, known as Youngblood, with the last name possibly Davis. Joe has a number in Houston, Dallas, and several in Odessa. On 9/20, the truck that Jeanette was driving is found at the Sahara Motel on East 2nd Street. It's reported on 9/21 that the truck is found outside room 16, but that was registered to a couple from Florida. Now on September 22nd, the dancer known as Duncan reports that she was seen in the company of several roofers. One followed her out by the nickname Ricky. Now on 9/24, 2 sources state that the roofer left with this Richard Sanders, also known as Ricky of Dallas. On October 4th, police received picture and police report of Richard Wayne Sanders. The report shows a number of thefts, a statutory rape, and an assault. Now on October 17th, 1982, a Carl Youngblood states that he heard Jeanette went to Dallas, that the reason she went to the dollhouse was not to find a job, but to meet up with another woman, and they left with several bikers and went to Dallas. No other information, though, is given. Now on December 19th, 1982, from Jeanette's mom, she received a letter that she turned over to the police from Jeannette Drzewiecki, and he writes in the letter that he does not have any involvement in Jeanette's disappearance. He states that he's lost his wife and she was everything to him. He states that he is more than qualified to raise their daughter. Nothing is documented until March 24th, 1983, where contact was established with Jeanette's father, Tryon Reeder, who states that he's still not heard anything from his daughter. Now on April 23rd, 1983, we get an interesting turn of events here, where a Mike Price and his sister, Debbie Houston of Big Spring, states that they had talked to Jeanette. There's no affidavit from either one of them. After the police contacted Debbie Houston, she left Big Spring. Mike Price's wife states that they've probably received all the help that they were going to get from Debbie Houston. Mike Price is scheduled to meet a detective for a statement on 4/24/1983 at the McDonald's in Big Spring on Highway 87, but there is no copy of a statement or report in anything that we have here. Now in 1988, Jeanette was still listed as missing. As you can see by the timeline, this answered a few questions, but it also left us wondering what really still happened to Jeanette. Did she leave on September 13th, 1982 with a group of bikers and travel to Dallas, leaving her 12-year-old daughter behind and her husband? If Mike Price and Debbie Houston actually knew what happened to Jeanette, why is there no evidence in the folder that we saw to this? Why is Jeanette still listed as a missing person, in fact, if she was not missing? So we're no clearer to find out what happened to Jeanette, but there is a number of people that we would like to speak to, including her husband Matthew, who we've discovered is living in Ohio, Joe Davis, who's still in Odessa, and Mike Price. Is he still in Big Spring? He might have a key to this whole puzzle after all this time. So if you know any of these people, please contact them. They can contact us directly at Odessa After Dark at AOL, or they can contact Crime Stoppers if they if they wish to remain anonymous, if they still have some information that they'd like to share. So the case continues to unravel, but there's no solution or answer yet after 30 years to what happened to Jeanette. So if you are the person that has some information, please share it as we continue to unwind this this yarn of mystery, is what I will call it. So this is Daniel Ryan for Odessa After Dark.
I'm Randy Ham, the president of the Friends of the Ector County Library, and I'm here to talk to you today about Cormac McCarthy's book, The Road, which is a perfect Father's Day gift. If you want to read a book that has simple, elegant prose and is set in a post-apocalyptic world and is one of the best stories I've ever read demonstrating a father's love for his children, you can't get any better than this. There's danger, there's humor, there's emotion, but underneath all of that is a beautiful story about the lengths that a man will go to take care of his children. And that's what I got out of this. It was absolutely one of the best books I've read. I love Cormac McCarthy. His writing is always struck right into my soul. So I highly recommend this book for anyone who wants to read a beautiful love story of a father and his son.
At DJ's Cakes, located at 1219 East 8th Street, and let's have a look around. What flavor of the cake is it?
It's white, and it's going to be stacked on top of those two right there.
Oh, wow.
And a ribbon put around it, and daisies. Why anybody would do daisies, I don't know.
Well, daisy's a nice flower.
They are. I love daisies. I don't know. I'm not sure they're very much of a cake.
What's the white stuff that you're putting around the cake?
Rolled fondant. Rolled fondant. It makes it real shiny.
And pretty.
It's not going to have any designs on it. It's just going to have a green ribbon around it.
Huh. It's a nice green ribbon.
I bet it's going to look really nice when it's
I
done.
hope so.
It smells good.
Yeah?
A lot of people don't like real fondant. I see. They like the buttercream icing, but this has cream cheese icing in it.
Oh, I like cream cheese.
I do too. As you can tell, I like a lot of stuff, you know. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm here with one of the co-owners of DJ Cakes, Jane Whitson, and tell us about your business today.
We've been in this place for 21 years. We do cakes, cookies, candies, breads, you name it. We have a good business, and the girls that work for me are absolutely fabulous, and they're decorating and what they do, and their dedication.
Well, why did you start this business? Sorry.
Why I wanted to?
Yeah, there we go.
Because when Diana started to school, I was too big of a cheapskate to buy a cake, and so I started baking them myself. And I started out of my home and worked out of my home until '91, and then I moved here. I started in 1974.
That's really cool. I mean, this place is absolutely wonderful, and the decorations are beautiful, and just...
Well, Diana and Megan did the decorations. I semi-retired in March 30th, and Megan took over, and I'm working some. And so she's been here all of her life, ever since she's born, just about. And so she knows the business from in and out and up and down.
Well, what are some projects that you're working on right now?
Well, I just finished a wedding cake, as you saw a while ago, that Megan's fixing to stack. I just delivered a quinceañera cake to the Garden Inn, Hilton Garden Inn. Megan did 2 stacked cakes this morning that were beautiful. We're working quite a bit with fondant now. And just regular birthday cakes.
Well, question, what's the biggest thing, most extravagant thing you've ever done?
I did a 9-layer cake that I took to Fort Stockton.
For what?
For a wedding. And then the groom's cake was a big basket, it had a lid on it, strawberries falling out of it. It was something else.
That's so cool. So if anybody wants to contact you to make any orders of things, where should we go to contact?
Just call 332-9916 DJ's Cakes, and any of the girls that answers the phone can take care of you. If they don't know what you're talking about or you want something different, they'll get a hold of Megan or Diana.
Okay.
Or myself, okay?
Okay. Thank you for your time and everything. This is a wonderful place.
Okay, thank you.